Yeah, da 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 da. Welcome to the Good Turn Daily Show, and with me is
Double D in the house.
the direction. Him, Double D in the house. It's 10 o'clock in the morning. Is it too early to be that dorky?
No, it's never too early to be dorky. If you want to be dorky, you be dorky. We're having fun, brother.
Yeah.
It's President's Day. You got to celebrate.
Uh,
Nah.
I'm not feeling it. I did put it as my President's Day thing, but yeah, it
It's a
didn't even
celebration of the idea of presidency.
Yeah, I
And
didn't even fly a flag.
Yeah. And just celebrate by turning something cool in the shop. That's what works.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. So we've got Chris hanging out with us. Chris, Spinning Wood Dodger. Um, we've got Tommy hanging out. We have John, who was here early, and he may not be here still. But other than that, I learned a lesson, and I thought I would share it with you guys. So I had an idea. I went to a thrift shop, and in the thrift shop, I found this chessboard. It was made out of wood, and the poor thing was just kind of abused and scratched and all that kind of stuff. And I thought, you know what, that might be kind of cool to turn. And it had shellac or whatever over the top of it. And so, hey Hodge, how are you, sir?
What is up, Hodge? Hodge has probably been out making snow angels. He got a little dusting last night.
Oh, nice. Anyway, so with that finish on the board, I thought, you know what, I don't want to take the time, sand it all down and all that kind of stuff. I'm just going to get some glue and stack it up together, glue it all together, and I'll make a bowl. Thought it'd be really cool. Not a good thing.
Shellac doesn't stick to shellac with glue?
Well, whatever finish is on there, I don't know if it's shellac or if it's, just regular beaver-shaped snow angels. You and Harry?
It was a bonding moment.
So yes, if any time that you think you want to bond something together with wood glue that already has a finish on it, don't do it. I was ready to put it on the lathe, and after I took it out of the clamps, I kept hearing this little popping and little popping. And that's really weird. And I thought, okay, I'm just going to do it. So I tried pulling one apart, and it just pulled right off. So, lesson learned. If you're going to do something like that, sand it down first, then glue it.
Good thing.
So, we all learned something today. Those of you who are going to watch this later, hope you learned something. Unless you already knew that. And anyway.
Tommy, looks like Tommy's back, and he's bragging about it being 12 degrees centigrade there, Celsius there today. Must be nice, Tommy.
40, I think.
Something like that.
40 or 50. I never can get the conversion.
I'll look it up here real quick. It says 104 Fahrenheit is 40 Celsius. Let's look at 12 Celsius, though. Let's try that. 53.6, so almost 54 degrees.
That's not too shabby.
Yeah, my high today is minus 18 degrees Celsius for our
Oh,
high. So it's going to be a great day to stay indoors with lots of blankets.
for sure. Now, you don't work, right?
Yeah.
Or are you in lockdown or?
No, I work from home. I've worked remote for about 6 years, 7 years with different companies. So my workstation is actually right here over my shoulder, my right here. So my work laptop's right over here, and then I have the 2 extra monitors. So that's my workstation.
Nice. So I figure what I'm doing is going to require my full face shield because I really getting hit in the face with the bark and stuff. And then maybe later I'll switch back to my hat.
Important
Switch
thing
to,
is keep your head warm,
yeah, especially with us.
right?
Yeah.
Right.
And let's see here. Let's switch this. Come on now.
The camera says it's cold too.
I think it's more the operator that can't get his stuff together.
I have that problem a lot. I call it loose nut in front of the keyboard.
Okay. So what
That
we
looks
got
good.
here is a little found on the ground. I have no idea what it is. Um, the the bark is telling me that it's still a little green. I do have a moisture tester, but let's gonna throw caution to the wind and maybe we'll throw some streams today or something. Who knows? Sorry about that. This is just too. There we go.
Little dusty.
Yeah. So looks like we got 7 watching. Welcome to 7. Hop into the chat, say hello. I've got Double D here being my earworm. If you haven't checked out his channel yet, please do so. And looks like Mark is in. Hey, Mark. Welcome, buddy.
Greetings, Mark.
Mark has a turning at 1 o'clock, I believe, Mountain Standard Time, and I think that's 7 or 8 o'clock European time. So check him out later on today. But Double D, if you want to put a link in, well, I don't know if you can do that or not. I think I'm gonna
No,
have
you'd have to set me up as a moderator to put links in.
Yeah, and right now we'll do that later though. I promise I'll do that.
Yeah, Mark just said 8 p.m. GMT. So GMT is Central is -6. So you would be -7. So it'd be 1 o'clock your time.
Yeah.
2 o'clock my time.
So here we go. We're 9 minutes into it, and I'm gonna put this on mute. Or if you guys like to hear the thunk 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 thunk, I'll leave it on. But let's go from here. Thanks for joining me, guys.
Thanks for sharing the link there, Mark. So I know Blair is muted, but if you have a question, let me know. He can still hear me chat, so I will be happy to make sure he sees that. Anybody got any fun projects they're working on? Nice, Chris. 2 carloads of free wood. That's pretty good. Is there anything special in that batch? Blair did mention what the wood was. He said found on the road or found on ground, so it's fogwood. He's not sure what it was. He just found it and liked it, so he picked it up, and that's what he's doing with it. My buddy Jim, he's on Instagram as Garnered Wood. He actually was on Facebook Marketplace and found somebody offering a pin oak huge burl piece. Made the person an offer, they accepted it, and it was super cold today and yesterday, so he didn't go out yesterday. And when he called to set up a time to go get it today, the person said he was supposed to have been there yesterday and sold it out from under him. So that's a little irritating, but free wood is never a bad thing. Yeah, I agree. It's just nice when somebody makes a deal and then backs out of it just because, somebody didn't want to go out in minus 15 degrees Celsius temperatures to chainsaw for hours. Yeah, Hodge, I saw that picture that Quentin sent about all those burls. That'd be pretty cool. It'll be exciting to see what he gets from those. Well, that's exciting, Chris. It'll be good to see what those are when you get them. You're going to post some pictures out on Instagram and stuff. Mark, in my defense, I'm just going to say I have not had the opportunity to have a lot of burls. I have some that a couple I've purchased, and I've been given some small pieces of elm burl and cottonwood burl. But I don't have a stabilization set up yet, so I haven't been able to do much with them. But once I get my shop, I'll be able to. So that'll be exciting. My wife always tells me I have plenty of wood, though, because I have 6 pallets just sitting on my back patio, but I just don't think that's enough. Tommy, when you say that they were rubbish, are they just, just really weak? Are they falling apart or what? Yeah, Chris, I like to see different woods because I'm still trying to learn more about identifying them. So seeing pictures is always, I know it's helpful for me, but whatever is easiest for sure. Yeah, Tommy, it is. It does astound me because you cut off a piece and it falls apart, so then you cut another one or whatever. So it'll be. I'll definitely use every bit of it.
I have to admit, the one thing that drives me crazy about this Harbor Freight lathe is I have to constantly tighten, and this banjo just keeps moving and moving and moving, and it's annoying.
Yeah, with mine, I was starting to have that issue more on the tailstock slipping than the banjo.
Yeah.
There's some videos out on YouTube about how to tighten up those the underneath sides and redo them a little bit so they don't slip as much. So you might look at some of those if you can, because that helped me out a lot with my Harbor Freight tailstock slipping that would happen.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to do that because it is yeah.
Yeah. Hey, Rex B has joined. Welcome, Rex. I have the Jet 1642. I love it. So he just mentioned he has the Jet 1840. As for burls, there's several places you can buy them. There's on Instagram, it's Worldwide Burls sells them. There's some other places that can. I know once in a while you can find some burl pieces at places like Woodcraft and some of those other stores. But yeah, I mean, there's places you can look online and find them. A lot of people want pretty high prices for them, so I try not to buy them if I can avoid it, unless I find a really, really good price. Otherwise, it's just if you happen to see an odd growth on the side of a tree, sometimes it'll turn out to be a burl. Thanks for that link, Mark, to the Instagram Worldwide Burl page. I did buy one burl through them, mainly cut up, but I could make a lot of pin blanks when I get the set up. Rex, you said you just got the 1840. When did you get it, and what did you have before that? Nice. So you're still breaking it in then. That's awesome. I got my 1642 in the middle part of August, actually. I had I found it on Craigslist. A guy had just upgraded to a Powermatic, and so he was selling his 1642, and I bought it from him and have never looked back. Love it. Blair here has the larger Harbor Freight lathe. I had the benchtop Harbor Freight lathe, so it was pretty small. And that's what got me started back in May of last year is when I started turning. Well, I'm glad you're feeling better and you can get out to turn, that's for sure. And if you are watching and you haven't given the thumbs up, please give a thumbs up. Let Blair know that you appreciate what he's working on and what he's doing. That also shares important information to the YouTube algorithm to let other people know who are looking for wood turning videos and things that this is one to check out. So it helps his channel grow. Rex, he's not sure of the wood type. It's found on the ground wood.
You know, I think it's maybe just aspen.
I didn't know if it was maybe like a form of birch because the bark didn't look like aspen when I first saw it. But I mean,
yeah.
I don't know if it's the lighting or what.
Yeah, it could be birch.
Because typically I don't think aspen bark turns gray until it's closer to 20 years old or so. But it does have some of those eye characteristics too.
Now I'm looking at this. I was thinking about making a lighthouse because my wife likes lighthouses, but with all of these cracks up top here, that's a little scary. I may just end up parting that off and then working through here for to make something. I don't know.
The other thing you could do is if you keep that shape and the cracks are there, then you could use like a Dremel to hollow some of those out and put a little light in it.
Yeah. Well, I could actually hollow up top of here and then, maybe try to get as thin as possible on there. I don't know.
Yeah, it's just scary with those cracks getting super thin.
Yeah. Don't know. But here we go again.
Steve T has joined from Temple Boy Turnings. Hi, Steve. Blair is turning some found on the ground wood. So Mark's going to step away. He's going to keep listening though. So if we don't talk to you again, have a good one, Mark, and we'll see you on your live a little bit later on. Yeah, Steve, he's trying to turn a little lighthouse, but there are some cracks up at the top part, so not sure how deep those cracks go. So we'll see what happens. How are you feeling today? I know you were having that headache yesterday. Hope you're feeling better.
Sorry, going to do a slight pause. I just had an idea. So let's see here. Yep, that'll work. Cool. Let's do that.
Steve just said you could keep turning the lighthouse down and keep the base as is. It will look like the lighthouse is on a cliff.
Yeah, that's true. But I just had an idea of what I'm going to do. So, um,
Awesome. Let's see what happens.
Isn't it funny how it just kind of changes on what you want to do? It turns from one thing to another, and
yeah, kind of like my pedestal bowl yesterday. Started out as a regular bowl and complete change. Glad the migraine's gone, Steve. Those are no fun at all. Seth from Brickhouse has joined. Hi, Seth. How's it going?
Hey, TJ, how are you, buddy? Hey, Seth. Thanks for coming in. Sorry about the migraine, Steve. Geez, that sucks. Ooh, no bueno. Okay, going back to mute.
Hey, Terry. Hope you're doing well. Thanks for joining. Seth has started something crazy with his short that he made, which has just blown up. So I saw Hodge put out a short late yesterday, and I put one out this morning to give it a try, see what happens, just try and get more views. We shall see. Well, Seth, I hope your second one takes off like your first one did, but might just take a little bit of time too. Yeah, Chris, it's a new feature YouTube is pushing to compete with TikTok. So you can do a shorts video on YouTube with hashtag shorts, and it has to be under 60 seconds long, and they'll throw it out there. So Hodge did one of some bottle stoppers. I did I took my old Zebrawood coffee scoop video and shortened that up to a minute. Seth's first one he did of his just turning the acorn part of his clock that he made for Hugh's challenge has been viewed over 20,000 times, if I remember correctly. Yeah, I think it's a 1-to-1 ratio on the size. Hodge, I found them both on my computer too, so I don't know if it's something I don't know if it's something special with the setup or whatever, but I found them pretty easily online on my computer. That's funny, Steve. It's now a giant chess pawn. It's kind of funny because just last week, Blair was turning a queen chess piece. $24,000 views, Seth. I can't even imagine that. $4 million views total, Steve. That must be terrible. You have what, 20,000 subscribers though, Steve? Something like that. $20,000 subs, but 100 real ones. It's pretty funny. Yeah, I think I'm at 408 subscribers now, and have never had I've had one video that's been viewed over 400 times now.
Well, you have definitely beat me, which is absolutely fantastically fine. So, it's a pawn. Not real thrilled with that. That's all punky and oh well.
Sandpaper take care of that punkiness.
Oh no, it's like way deep. Yeah. You know what? It is what it is. We'll just call it a practice piece today. Um,
It
yeah.
looks interesting, though. I mean, I like the inclusion look to it. It's just too bad it's punky if it's going to tear out and stuff.
Yeah, if I put some shellac or something like that, it'll harden up in there, which anyway, well, let's finish this up a little bit and go from there.
It's looking good so far. Seth, that's a good jump from the one video. Just need all the shorts to take off like that. That's funny, Steve. Hey, Hodge, that's true, but you know, Seth did comment on how much he liked my shorts in on my video today. And I wasn't offended either, Seth, because, well, I know you're a long ways away, so it wasn't my real shorts you wanted to see or appreciated, I guess. Well, Seth, I didn't say I was outside, but no, I'm also not in shorts. I have on a nice warm hoodie. I have some fleece lounge pants on. Ironically, they are my Dr. Seuss's Grinch lounge pants because it's still freaking cold. It's not going to be above freezing until Friday. So we'll be almost 2 full weeks below freezing. I did not yet, Seth. I kept getting notices that other people replied to that troll. So I need to go out and look again. They were cracking me up though.
What happened?
Oh, Seth had a troll on his video talking about how something to the effect of how can we give you any credibility or anything if you, based on the way you used that tool on the end grain.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so I replied to it and said, well, why don't you start a YouTube channel and show a video of how to properly use the tool? And then I shared a screenshot of the comment and stuff, and like 10 or 12 other people have jumped on there and commented back to him. It's been really funny seeing their responses.
Huh. Why do people have to do that? I mean, really, you know? If they want to be constructive, be constructive. You know what, Steve? You're right. This could be turned into a lamp, and I might just do that.
Yeah, that's right. How can we take you seriously is the words he used. I was sitting there going, really? You don't even have a channel. And I mean, I don't care if you don't have a channel or not, but if you're not going to provide constructive criticism, like try holding the tool like this or something like that, then, then you have some credibility rather than just demeaning somebody based on whatever.
Yeah. That's the whole thing about this community is people don't need to be mean. If just be constructive, send out a message or something like that, and say, you know what, I probably wouldn't have done it that way, but gal, come on, people.
No, I'm the same way. I mean, when I first started, of course, I mean, I didn't know what different tools were for, and I bought a roughing gouge off Amazon and was using that to turn some bowls. And my buddy Jim said, hey, by the way, that's a spindle roughing gouge, so you don't want to use that on bowls. But I didn't know the difference, and I immediately quit using that on bowls. So it's just a matter of, constructive criticism, teaching moments rather than just deriding somebody or things like that.
Right. Actually, before I do this, I'm gonna. So this is not real wet, but I can feel that it's wet. It's just more on the colder side. And we're going to add a little bit of. Whoops. This is
Agreed,
my
Chris.
Sealer.
100% agree, Chris. People have a choice to have their attitude. Steve, that's a really good idea. That's a really cool idea. Turn it into a chess pawn lamp, put it on a board with 3 checkers to make it look like a section from the board. That's kind of cool.
All right. I love it. That's a hell of an idea. That's why I keep you around, Steve. You're not as fucking bananas as you think you are. By the way, Steve, if you would for me, I will no longer be doing Monday Lives, so please take me off your calendar. Just because I ended up getting a new job and I will no longer be working on Saturday. So I'm going to find a happy spot somewhere on Saturday, and then I'll get with you, and then if you can put it on the calendar then, that would be fantastic. I don't know if you heard that over the sound of my lathe or not, but
And Mike, Midnight Joker's on. Hi, Mike. Welcome.
Hey, Mikey. Skew chisels? What?
Hodge said you could make that board sort of tall and have a drawer in it next to the bed to store those important things you need to keep. So I said like Gorilla Glue, and Chris said skew chisels.
There you go.
Hodge had other interpretations. I don't know why anybody would keep those there, Hodge. I thought that's what wallets were for.
Beaver snacks. Yeah, this thing is just drinking up the gloss. Uh-oh, I got too much. Dang it. Oh, it's too late.
Oh, good one, Blair. Hodge is now going to refer to condoms as beaver snacks.
righty then.
Good one. Good one. Wow.
So I don't know if I should even say it or not, but it's my channel, so I'm going to. So he asked, with the Svetlana and Harry thing, is whether or not Harry should hang with Sveti or to go look. And I happened to put a comment on there to never go for the first beaver. Ouch. So I'm really curious, though, Hodge, as to what comments you've been getting.
I think he's gotten some pretty funny ones.
So another annoying thing with Harbor Freight, I don't know if this ever happened to you, but right around, what is it, 1,000 RPM, if I have that thing sitting there for a little bit, it will actually jump 2 sections on its own.
Wow. Yeah, mine wasn't the variable speed lathe because it was just the bench top, so everything was manual, but so I didn't have that happen, of course, but that is odd.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, I'll be doing something and all of a sudden it'll speed up on me and it's like, whoa, wait a minute.
Hodge said that the best comment was a guy saying that their house was divided 2 votes for Sveti and 2 votes to play the field. Yeah, Hodge, I guess I should probably come up with a vote to put in the hairy pool. And Chris from Bailey Woodworks has joined. Hi, Chris. Hope all is well and warm in Ohio.
Don't do that.
Steve just asked if your lathe Reeves is it a Reeves drive? Check the lock washer plate on the back of the belt cog. It could be loose and slipping.
That's a good possibility. I'm not sure.
Chris turned that awesome Padook bowl yesterday. That was beautiful.
All righty. Well, there we go. Switch cameras here. So, nice and easy, kind of unimaginative, but Steve, I like your idea. I think I am going to turn it into a little lamp. Go from there.
No, that'd be pretty cool. How do you envision just putting a bulb like right on the top of it, or are you thinking about putting a light inside the top part and hollowing that out somehow a little bit?
I like that idea, because I'd like to just hollow that out on the inside and then drill all the way through, and then maybe take a Dremel to the bottom part of that, and then with the battery pack or whatever, put that in the bottom, and then
cool.
Yeah, that might be another show.
No, that'd be really cool, especially if, like Steve said, you made like a little checkerboard type table looking thing or piece, and then put a couple other pieces around it to give it that dimension. That's cool. Yeah, exactly.
Like that.
Exactly. You could set that off to one side and put a couple of checkers on it or something. That'd be really cool looking. Yeah. It's like you had this idea to do something.
Huh. Yeah, that was a shame. I thought that was going to be a cool bowl. And it's not too late. I still, if I wanted to, I could sand it up and, put 3 of them together and then glue it together.
You have a planer?
Actually, I do, but it's just a little Harbor Freight hand planer, but that would work.
I was going to say that'd be a lot probably faster and cleaner than sanding the thing.
Yeah.
Steve said, I knew you had that board.
Yeah. Well, if you follow my Instagram, I did put a picture up saying this is going to be interesting. So
Chris asked if it was a newel post. It actually started out to be a chessboard pawn piece. Well, it started out to be a lighthouse and then changed to be more of like a chessboard pawn piece, and now is going to become a pawn piece lamp thing, right?
Right.
That's awesome. But yeah, I think if you did those boards, you planed those up a little bit rather than sand them, because it'd just be cleaner that way, and then glued them together, and that'd still look really slick.
Yeah. Well, keep a look on Instagram. We'll see what happens. It might happen today, but we're coming up on an hour here, guys. Thanks so much for for hanging out with me. Let's see here, Steve. Blair, does your lathe speed lever have a pin that locates in holes? I think it does. I haven't torn it apart, so I don't know.
Do you have to pull the handle out to get it to move, or does it just rotate a little?
Yeah.
So if you have to pull it out a little bit, that implies there's a piece that clicks in to lock it into place, or try to.
Yeah, it's just that one little section that just slips.
And I'm going to translate Hodge for you here. He says, if that didn't work, you could flatten the top, turn a platter, and make a cake stand too. So you could turn one of those chessboard pieces into a platter and then glue it to the top of that for like a cake stand. That'd be kind of cool too as an idea.
Ooh, interesting. Yeah.
Terry's
Yeah.
going to hop off. Have a good one, Terry. Thanks for coming by.
Terry, thanks so much.
Yeah, you've got options.
Lots of options.
What you could do is make it into a lamp and then glue the chessboard to the top so you have a lighted cake plate.
Wow, we're really getting interested here.
Yeah. Okay, I'll shut up now. Yeah, Rex, Blair is in Utah and it's pretty chilly there. I'm in Kansas. It's super cold. You're in Florida, so we don't want to hear it.
Yeah, he's probably, in 60 degrees and saying, I'm cold.
Quentin just sent a picture. It was going to be, I think, 82 today and just up by Jacksonville where he lives.
Wow.
Don't want to hear it, Quentin.
Yeah, but during the summertime, though, they get that, 100-degree weather with the 90% humidity. And yeah, there's no hiding from that. I mean, unless you go in the water.
We get that sometimes here in Kansas, but not as often. But yeah. So, fun times, man.
Crazy. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, the hour is upon us. I am going to go ahead and say goodbye. Steve, if you would do that for me, I appreciate it, and then I'll let you know when on Saturday I plan on doing it. But Double D, thanks so much for hanging out with me, being my earworm. You're always welcome. And matter of fact, everybody that pops in the chat, you're always welcome to pop in as well and be an earworm and hang out and chat, do whatever. So
I'm glad I had the day off work so I could do it. So
nice.
Awesome. Catch everybody later.
We're going to end the broadcast. See ya. Bye.